Good afternoon, Haruka. Good afternoon. How are you, Haruka?
Oh, I'm fine. You.
How are you? You're okay. Okay, you asked me how am I? I'm okay, I'm fine. Glad to see you again, Haruka. So let's wait for your classmates to join online class. But before that, meantime, will you please get your book? We'll be needing it. Okay. Aim high, of course, 2, sorry. And our topic will be on page 61. Okay. So let's wait for them. Okay, Belka is joining. Hi, Belka. Good afternoon. This will be your last period, right? And here is hello, Poon and Grace. Good afternoon to all of you. Happy to see you all. So you're at home, online class, okay. By the way, will you please get your book by Cal, Poon, and Grace? And then this will be our topic, page 61, okay? So I think we have to start because you're 4 already. Okay, what's our topic, Haruka? Haruka, can you read our topic?
Yes, the topic is cultures and customs.
Okay, that is unit 7. We're on unit 7 already in your book, okay? And then the topic is, Haruka?
Usage, mustn't, and needn't.
Okay, our topic this afternoon, the usage of must, mustn't, and needn't. So what do you think these words are? What are these words, Grace? Did you study this or no? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. These are some examples of modals. Okay? Modals. So here, will you please read by count what is culture? Before we discuss our main topic, let's give the definition of culture. By count. Belka, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Culture are
the customs, traditions, beliefs, values, and arts of a country.
okay. Culture are the customs or the traditions, and belief and the values are even arts of the country. Okay, and customs are the traditional behavior of a certain group of people. Okay, can you give me an example here in Thailand? The culture. What is the culture of Thailand? Grace, can you give me one? The culture are the customs, the traditions, the belief, the values, and arts of the country. Okay, here in Thailand, can you give me one example of culture? Grace.
Why?
What? Can you speak louder, Grace?
Why?
Lie? Can you spell it?
WAI is like when we say สวัสดีค่ะ
Oh, okay. So culture here, what are you doing about your tradition? Can you give me one tradition in Thailand? Maybe 2 weeks ago, we celebrated what? We celebrated Loy Kratong, right? Loy Kratong. That is the example of tradition here in your country, Thailand. Okay, how about the arts? Can you give me an example of the arts? What can you see in the temple? What can you see in the temple, Poon? Poon? What can you see in the temple? What?
Monk.
Okay,
Monk.
the Buddha. Okay.
Yes, yes.
The Buddha and any that is a part of arts. The arts in Thailand. And here, the customs are the traditional behavior of a certain group of people. Okay, can you give me an example of the traditional behavior of Thais? Can you give me one? When you see your teacher or even your parents, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Huh? Okay, what is this? Okay, and you're going to say what? Sawadee ka, right? Am I correct? Okay, thank you, Poon. Sawadee ka. That is one traditional behavior in your country here in Thailand. Okay, I have a question for you, Baikao. When you are going to temple, what are you going to do? Are you going to get inside without removing your shoes, Baikao? Okay, no. You should remove your shoes, and then what are you going to do? You have to pray. You have to kneel. Are you going to kneel? Or just like this one, your legs? Because you are praising the Buddha, right? Am I correct? Okay. Those are the example of traditional behavior, especially here in Thailand. Okay, did you understand, students? Okay, let's proceed. So we use must to express a stronger point of view. You can use also we need to, we have to. Okay, I told you that must, mustn't, and didn't are some examples of modal. And the must also expresses opinion or one person's point of view. So mustn't is the negative of must, right? So it means must not. But we do not use this one. We don't use this. We usually use mustn't. Okay. Can you read the examples for must so that you will be able to know how to use must in a sentence? Okay, Haruka, can you give me one?
We
Haruka.
must fasten our seatbelts.
Okay, we must fasten our seatbelt. We use must. This is your obligation to do it. Okay, you should do it no matter what. So when you say you must study your lesson, you have to do it. You should study your lesson. Alday, will you please read number 2?
We must stop playing computer games.
Okay, your mom or your dad told you, you must stop playing computers. So you have to respect your mother or your father. You have to stop playing computers. Okay, Poon. She must
She must learn to drive. It will be very useful.
Okay, she must learn to drive. No matter what you have, you should learn to drive because it is very useful. And we have here, the students must study their lessons. Okay, and for mustn't, she mustn't disturb me. That is a command. That is the obligation that you have to do. Okay. So here, needn't or need not. Will you please read? You are 6. So who's the other one? Tatang is there. Okay. Haruka, will you please read how to use needn't?
You can do it, but it is not necessary to do it.
Okay. Needn't, you can do it, but it is not necessary. It is not important. Okay. It's okay if you will not do it. That is needn't. There is a very difference between mustn't and needn't. If your mother told you you mustn't buy an expensive jewelry, you have to do it. But if your mother said you needn't buy a jewelry, so you can buy or not. It's not necessary to do it. Okay, I have a lot of time. I needn't hurry, and we needn't get up so early. It's Sunday, so you can do it, but it's not important to do it. Do you understand the difference between must, mustn't, and needn't? Okay? Okay, let's proceed. So this is in your book. You have to answer this one. We use blank to express necessity. What is necessity? It's very important to do. So all day, what do you think is the answer for this? It is very important to do. Must, mustn't, or needn't?
Must.
Must, of course. Very good, Auday. So number 2, we use blank to express lack of necessity, something that isn't necessary but isn't against the rules. Grace, what do you think? Mustn't or needn't? It is lack of necessity. It is not that very important, but you can do it. What is that, Grace?
Need.
What? Needn't, mustn't?
Needed.
Okay, of course, needn't. Needn't, you can do it or you can't do it. It's up to you, okay. And of course, we use blank to express prohibition, something that is very important, not. This one is something that is very important to do. So we use must. So here is the opposite. Something that is very important not to do. So it is by count.
Mustn't.
Of course, mustn't. Okay. Will you please answer your book? Okay. Here is how to be. We are going to learn some of the customs and the tradition or the culture of the Asian countries and even in Western. Okay. How to be polite at a Chinese meal. Okay. So Poon, will you please read the first sentence? Poon, you blank.
You blank start your food until the host picks up his or her chopsticks.
Okay, this one is if you are in your friend's house and they invited you to to have a dinner with them. Okay, it says here that what will be the answer for this? Must, needn't, mustn't. Poon.
Must.
Must. It says
Yeah.
here that you blank start your food until the host is the owner of the house, picks up his or her chopsticks.
Mustn't.
Okay, of course, mustn't. It means that if you are in the house of your friend and they invited you to eat dinner, you mustn't start to get the food. You have to wait the host, okay? The host to pick up his or her chopsticks. Okay. So, Baika, will you please continue? In general,
if your host offers you food, you blank accept it.
okay, what do you think is the answer for this? If your host or the owner of the house offers you food, what are you going to do? Are you going to accept it or not?
Accept it.
Accept it. So your answer is?
Must.
Must, of course. You must accept the offer of the host in the house. Okay. It's better to leave it in your bowl than refuse it. If you don't want to eat that, it's better to leave it in your bowl than to refuse the offer of the host. Okay. Oday, will you please read? Periods.
Period of
Silence.
silence
Silence.
during a meal are not considered
Embarrassing.
embarrassing in China, so
Okay.
trying to fill the gaps.
Okay, what do you think is the answer for this?
Needed.
Needn't, of course. In China, it is not embarrassing if you are, if you will not talk. But in their country, your speech should be better than silence. Okay? You can speak while you are eating. Okay, let's have this one. This is your activity. Exploit number 3, the same page. Complete the facts about customs around the world with must, mustn't, or needn't. This is in Japan. Will you please read? Grace. In Japan.
In Japan, you must remove your shoes before entering somebody's house. It is offensive to wear them indoors.
Okay, in Japan, remember, if you're going to Japan, and I observed that here also in Thailand, okay? If you're going to enter somebody's house, you have to remove your shoes. It is a respect to the owner of the house. It's very offensive to wear them indoors. Okay, for number 2, let's call on Baika. Will you please read and then answer?
In many parts of Asia, you blank touch or pat somebody on the head. It is considered offensive.
Okay, it says here that many parts of Asia, okay, I think Thailand is one, of course, Philippines, I think every country here in Asia, you will not do like this, okay? You will not do like this. You will not pat somebody on the head. It is very offensive, okay? Do not pat somebody. Okay, what is the answer by Cow? You must, mustn't, or needn't?
Mustn't.
You mustn't, of course. Very good. Okay, let's have this. Haruka.
In many Asian countries, you eat with your right hand because it's wrong to use your left hand.
Okay, it says here, many Asian countries, of course, you blank eat. Raise your right hand, students. Raise your right hands, raise. Okay, you blank eat with your right hand because it's wrong to use your left hand. So what is the answer, Auday? Must, mustn't, or needn't?
Needn't.
Needn't. This is what?
Mustn't.
You blank eat with your right hand because it's wrong to use your left hand. So what will be the answer?
Must.
Must, of course. You must use your right hand while in eating because your left hand is wrong to be used. Okay. So, Poon, for number 4.
In many countries, you blank use index finger to beckon somebody. It is very rude.
Okay. Where is your index finger? Will you please show it? Your index finger. Where is it? Students, where is your index finger? Where is your index finger? Index, only index finger. Where is it? Haruka, where is your index finger? Grace.
This one.
Okay, very good, Haruka. This is your index finger. So it says here, in many countries, you blank use index finger to beckon. What is beckon in English? The definition of beckon. To get the attention of others. You will not say this like this. Hey, come here. No, it's not. It is rude. You will not use your index finger. Okay, so what is the answer for this? By cow. Must, mustn't, or needn't?
Mustn't.
Mustn't, of course. Okay. It is very prohibited to use your index finger to call or to beckon somebody. For them, it is very rude. Okay. Grace, for number 5, will you please read and answer?
If you are invited to somebody's home you take a gift, but it's normal to send a thank you note the next day.
Okay. Grace, what do you think is the answer for that? If you are invited to somebody's home, in Brazil, you blank, take a gift, but it's normal to send a thank you note the next day. Must?
You
Mustn't?
needn't.
Okay, let us see if you are correct. Of course, needn't. Okay, you can take the gift or you will not do it. It is not, what is this? Your obligation to get it, okay? Needn't take a gift, okay? So we have this one, Oday. Oday or Oday? What is the correct pronunciation of your name?
All day.
Oday, okay. Oday, will you please read number 6?
In many Middle Eastern countries, you show the sole of your feet. It is offensive.
Okay, what do you think? Must, mustn't, or needn't?
Mustn't.
Okay, let's see. Okay, you are correct. You mustn't sole of your feet. It is offensive. And by Cal, will you please read number 7 and answer?
Indonesia, you blank use a knife and fork at meal times. You can use your fingers if you prefer.
Okay, what do you think is the answer? Must, mustn't, or needn't? By cow. There is there is a choice because there is prefer. Okay, what do you think is the answer for this? This is in Indonesia.
Needn't.
Needn't. Okay, let's see this. Of course, needn't. You can use knife or fork while you are eating, or you can use your fingers if you prefer to use them. Okay, so you are going to use needn't. And for number 8, by cow. By cow, will you please answer number 8?
In most European countries, you can put your elbows on the table when you're eating because it's rude.
Okay, what do you think is the answer? Where is your elbow? Where are your elbows, students? Okay, yes, you are correct. Okay, in most European countries, you blank put your elbows on the table while you are eating because it's rude. Haruka, you must, you mustn't, or you
Mustn't.
needn't? Okay, of course, you mustn't. Do not put your elbows on the table while you are eating, okay? Because most European countries, it's very rude for them if you are going to put your elbows on the table, okay? So we just studied or discussed some of the cultures or tradition in its country, especially in Middle Eastern. We have most of the Asian countries and most in European countries. You have to remember these customs or the cultures because it might be in your exam. Okay. Can you give me an example of using the sentence? Oh, make a sentence using must, Grace. We still have a time. Must. How do you, it express necessity or it is very important to do. So can you give me a sentence using must?
We must take off the shoe before
We
going
must,
inside the house.
we must what?
We must taking off the shoe before entering the house.
Okay, you are correct, Grace. You can use your tradition here if I call you, okay? By using must, mustn't, or needn't. Okay, Haruka, you can use your culture or even your customs here.
You must say สวัสดีค่ะ to the older.
Okay. You must say sawadi ka or sawadi krop to the people here or to, here in Thailand, right? So for you, Kun, how about using mustn't? Mustn't is what? Express prohibition. It is not prohibited. It is prohibited to do. Sorry. Okay? You will not do it. Mustn't.
We mustn't say a rude word.
We mustn't say
A rude word.
Okay, we mustn't say a rude word. Okay, very good. How about you, Baikaw? Using mustn't. It is very important not to do. Mustn't.
We mustn't eat loudly.
Will you please speak louder? I don't have earphones, Baikaw.
We mustn't eat loudly.
We mustn't eat lamb here. Oh, okay.
Loudly.
Okay, okay. How about you, O'Day? Will you please use mustn't in a sentence? It is prohibited to do. You can use your culture or your tradition, your belief here in Thailand.
You mustn't ride a motorbike without a helmet.
You mustn't. Come again.
Mustn't ride a motorbike without a helmet.
Okay. How about needn't? Grace. Needn't is something that isn't necessary, but you can do it or you can't do it. It's up to you. Which one is you prefer? Needn't.
I needn't give a present on Christmas Day.
Oh, okay. How about you, Poon? Using needn't. You can do it or it's not necessary to do it, but if you wish to do it, you can do it. Poon?
We needn't make up before learning.
We needn't make up.
Needn't make up
learning?
before learning, yes.
Okay. And how about you, Haruka? Needn't.
We needn't give a gift when we are visit.
Okay. So needn't, it's not very important. It's not necessary, okay? But must, it's very important, and mustn't, it's very important not to do it, okay? So there are a big difference between must, mustn't, and needn't, okay? So students, you are going to send your activity online because you're learning at home. So check it. And please, again, write your name in English. Okay, don't write it in Thai. So for that, I want to say thank you very much to all of you. Happy weekend and keep safe, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.